Okay, so today I'm going to walk you through how to fill in a Canva template, which you can then use to post to your social medias, and you could do it all on autopilot. So for this automation, I've set it up with a form submission, but what you could do is have a schedule trigger, and then it could go into like a Google Sheet or a Notion database, pull in all the things that you want to post, and then it could fill in a template on autopilot, and then at the end here you could post it directly to Instagram, Facebook, or social media platform like Buffer, Go High Level. All right, so let's say we want to take this template and fill it in with our product title, the image, the price, and a brief description. So the first thing you need to do in Canva is make a brand template and then set the data autofill fields. So this we want to be the title, so we would come to data autofill here, and I've already made these, but you would just click on something, a text field here, say, and click data field, add new, and then you name the data field. So as you can see, we have title, image, price, description. So those are the 4 fields that we're going to fill in. You could do this without the images, it's a little bit easier, but I'm going to walk you through with the images, and that basically makes it a 6-step process. So first we need to upload the image we want to use into Canva. Then we need to wait till it finishes uploading, get the asset ID, and then fill in the template with that asset ID. Then what we do is we get that design ID so that we can export it, and then finally we get the link for the export. So let's walk through a quick example of how it'll work. I'll just execute this workflow. We're going to call the title, not really feeling too creative here, I think, so we're going to just get my skincare product. And then beautiful skin guarantee, price, say $79.99. And then ChatGPT made me a skincare product earlier. So now we will submit that. Great, and then we'll go back over here and it's going to run. So the first thing you'll see that it did was you got the binary image, and then this endpoint here is to upload the asset to Canva. Now if you don't know how to connect Canva, I made a video about that earlier, I'll link to it in the description. But this here is the name in base 64. I don't really change this because I never reference it. The next step uses the asset ID. And then of course the binary file is whatever this is called right here. So we would just type in image, and that's because that's what I named it in the form. Sometimes it's data. If you're doing a form, it's gonna be whatever you name it. All right, so then I have a wait for 15 seconds because that's about how long it seems to take to upload. And then getting the asset ID. So using this endpoint here, we need to drag in the job ID from the first HTTP request, and that would go right there. Or you can grab it from the wait step, it works the same. So I'll just get rid of that one. And that's all you have to do for that one. Then you would, then you're gonna get here the asset ID. Then to fill the template in, we have to use this endpoint here. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to give you this document in the description. You can copy and paste these into, these are curl commands. So if we copy this one into the demo over here, we'll just make a new HTTP request. All right, so we just paste that in there. And then the only thing we'd want to do is get rid of the authorization, because we're going to do that how I described in the Connect to Canva video by selecting the generic credential type here. It's OAuth and it's Canva. All right, and then you would have to actually, for the image upload, you got to change this to binary file and then your binary file field here. That, or you can just pause the video and copy the HTTP requests the exact way that I have them. Okay, so that was getting the asset ID, then filling the template. you've got the autofills endpoint right here. The send headers, you need to send content type application JSON, and then we're going to send a JSON body. So set this to expression, open it up here, and then we're going to basically name all of the fields that we previously did in Canva. So we named this title, we named this image, we named this price, and we named this description. So over here, we're going to put the data in for the title, and the title type is text. The text is what you put in the form or what you have in, say, your Google Sheet or whatever you're using. So you just drag these over like so. So there is the description as well, which is also a text. The price is text. And then the image, you put type image, and then the asset ID, which is the ID that we got previously. Where did it go? Asset ID right here. You just drag that over. And then the final thing you need in this actually is the brand template ID. So let's show you how to get that. Go back to Canva. When you're ready with this, we need to go to the URL, and it's just Canva design, and then this is the template ID right here after design. All right, so next step. And then what that did was just basically it's in progress, then we'll put a wait step in again while it fills that template. Then we'll get the design ID. And in this one, again, we're using the job ID from the previous step. So it's the autofills template again, or the autofills endpoint again, sorry. And then we're going to get the job ID from the previous step. And then from there, we need to export the design. So the exports endpoint, and then the JSON here, this just explains what you want. I like to get them in PNG, and then you just have to put the design ID in from the previous step, which is right here. And then, of course, you can see. Okay, so now that we've got the export job ID, the last step is going to be to get the export. So again, with the exports endpoint, and then ending with the job ID. And then all this is going to do is spit you out a URL. And then you can upload that to whatever social media platform you'd like. Or if you want to see what it looks like here, we're going to go HTTP request. We're just going to say get, and then we're just going to look at that URL and take a look at what it looks like when it's done. And then as you can see, it looks like this right here, filled in the price, description, title, and the image. So then after that, you would just upload it to your social medias. And I have a link in the description that's going to walk you through how to do that with this Canva document here with all these requests. And I also have in here how to connect to Canva. And again, I'll link to that video in the description as well. All right, thanks for watching.